Hello and welcome to the Thursday edition of the Day Weather Podcast. It's Thursday, July 9th, 2020. Summer weather is here to stay, as we mentioned yesterday. We're going to have above normal temperatures deep into the next week, so don't expect any relief from the heat. Your air conditioner is going to be going full throttle. Stagnant high pressure is responsible. It's going to be stagnant and keep with us right on through the weekend into next week. But we do see some changes coming. We'll talk about that in a minute. Fire dangers remain sky high. Be extremely careful. We got to get through this week, this weekend, and most of next week before we can get some better rain chances to move into, help maybe dampen the fire concerns. But fire dangers are going to be sky high through the weekend into next week. Better thunderstorm chances come during the second half of next week, and we'll give you an update on what that comet Neowise is doing. First of all, here we are with today's upper level pattern. High pressure up into the Aleutians, and we've got a trough off the Pacific Northwest coast, but the jet stream is riding more north now, as it should. And here's the heat source. The high right along the New Mexico-Arizona border continues to pump desert air into the region. There's going to be just enough moisture today that there's going to be a little bit of thunderstorm activity here. There has been over the last 2 or 3 days, really going back to the weekend, and that'll be the case again today. In fact, we even had some overnight thunderstorms in northeastern Wyoming and South Dakota last night. So there's enough instability that a few of you will experience thunderstorms, but not many of you. As we take a look at Saturday, look at that expansion. High pressure over the desert southwest today. By Saturday, boom, it just blossoms. This is an intense dome of hot high pressure, so the heat is going to really build into this region here and push heat into the Corn Belt and Midwest this upcoming weekend. You'll be hearing about it on the news. However, by late Sunday into Monday, it weakens a bit. And this is because this trough, this is going to be a little bit of a cool front, is going to suppress the high a little bit and cool us off a bit heading into early next week. Really not doing much, that front. Maybe a couple of thunderstorms and an increase in the wind as that goes to the north and east of the region. By next Saturday, as we have showed you over the last couple of days, the high goes from New Mexico and Arizona into the Midwest, and then we get that clockwise flow around the high, bringing subtropical moisture in. So, hot weather, breezy weather, and only scant thunderstorm chances probably through the early parts of next week. Late next week, the following weekend, the week after that is when the rain chances will get better. 15 days from now, this is by next Saturday. By the following Friday, the high pressure remains over the Corn Belt in the Midwest, so it'll be really hot for the nation. But notice these little wind barbs, the subtropical moisture will be able to come on in, and we'll keep that thunderstorm shower pattern going. And you can see that. We see this moisture right here showing up, finally getting west of the divide as we get to the second half of next week. Don't pay too much attention to these numbers, these amounts here. What you want to highlight and really take note of is that by the middle to the end of next week, there's going to be enough moisture instability to get that early start to the monsoon, meaning it finally gets started. It's late starting, but the early beginnings of it will be late next week, the following weekend, and the week after that. Let's take a look at what's going on with Comet Neowise. It's really turning into a really good comet. It's not Hale-Bopp. That was a once-in-a-lifetime situation back in 1997. But this is really showing up now. It's can be viewed very, very early in the morning right now. You have to look off very low on the horizon. So if you want to go see it, couple things. You got to be up really early. You got to be able to have an unobstructed view to the east-northeast, and it's going to be very low on the horizon. Now, this will be the case through Sunday. Now, things after that will change a little bit. So it's naked eye viewing through sunrise Sunday. You want to get up before sunrise. You want to be looking between 4:30 to 5:30 a.m. I know that's early, and you got to look very low on the horizon to the east-northeast. If you've got some clouds or some haze, that's going to be a little bit of a problem. This comet is only about 15 degrees or so above the horizon. Now, starting Monday, low on the horizon, you're going to be able to see it after sundown. So we go from pre-sunrise viewing through Sunday. By next week, it becomes viewable in the evening. So if you do not want to get up in the middle of the night to see the comet, you may wait until early next week and wait till the evenings. But again, it's going to be very low on the horizon to the northwest. So you probably need to go find a place where you either can see to the east-northeast through Sunday, or you can look to the northwest beginning next week. Go to spaceweather.com. There are a lot of great photographs of what people have captured already, like the one I showed you earlier. We had a great shot from Douglas, Wyoming that was on there earlier today as well. So if you're a astro buff, if you're a camera buff, if you want to get some what could be spectacular photos of this comet with all of our great horizons and topography that we have around here, it's going to be worth viewing. We don't get these very often when you can see them with your naked eye, but if you have binoculars, a small telescope, the view will get even better. These are the maps. This is for tomorrow morning. You want to be up again between 4:30 and 5 a.m. Here it is. It's just east-northeast, and it's just to the other side of the sun coming on up. There are a couple of stars. Capella is a star that you can still see as twilight starts. If you can find Capella, work your way down and go just left of that, you'll find the comet. So this is for Friday morning before sunrise. However, as you go into Monday, the 13th, this is after sunset, and you're looking at 330 degrees or so, so you're looking off to the northwest. But what you want to do is find the Big Dipper and then go bound from the Big Dipper as you get after sundown starting early next week. Thanks for listening and watching the Day Weather Podcast. Have yourself a good Thursday.